Sunday, June 20th is your next chance to win $100 and an Anything Show with Jean-Francois shot glass and keychain. Just tell me what food you would eat every day if you could on our social media. Facebook.com/The Anything Show, on Instagram @Anything Show Francois. You can also look for us on YouTube @The Anything Show with Jean-Francois. And on Sunday, June 20th, you could be the one to win $100 and an Anything Show shot glass and keychain.
From the Big Heavy World Studios in Burlington, Vermont, this is The Anything Show with Jean-Francois. I hope you know what you're in for.
Thursday, June 10th, as we record this, Jean-Francois here. And yes, I am lying to you once again. I am not at the Big Heavy World Studios in Burlington, Vermont. Once again, I am pre-recording this during the week at Magic 97.7 in Lyndonville, Vermont. However, what stays the same is Maciel Hernandez, actress and host of the Black Hole Sun podcast. As always, she is on the phone with me from New York City. Hello, Maciel.
Hi, everybody.
Woo! And Maciel, you are congested, so you're going to do your best. I appreciate you being here. Let's just make it clear. I didn't force you to be here. I know you're here because you want to be.
No, I woke up this morning. I wasn't feeling so great, but then I just didn't feel okay to cancel on you last minute. So I'm here. I'm ready to go.
And that's why you're the cherry to my pie, Maciel. Thank you. I feel so touched. I'm blushing right now. All right, we got a great show. Later on, I think I'm going to have a conversation and feature music from a 19-year-old singer on the rise who goes by the name of Serenity. If we have time in the show, we'll get to more of the conversation I've been having with listeners like yourself about what drives you crazy. Hollywood gossip. Oh my God, Maciel, we're going to figure out who Tupac enjoyed sunrises with when he was alive. Allegedly he's dead. I don't know. We're still trying to figure that out.
Hey, last week I said Tupac's in Cuba with Selena.
Okay. We choose to believe that for now. All right. And for our Ask Anything, we are still in this wonderful giveaway. You tell us what food you would eat every day if you could for a chance to win $100 and an Anything Show shot glass and keychain on Sunday, June 20th. Yes, that's right. Father's Day. So if you have no idea what to get Dad, there you go. You got it. And
shot glass.
Yeah, I know, a shot glass, keychain, and a cash. So get Daddy rich, get Daddy drunk, and get Daddy something for his keys. Come on. There you go. And headlines. Oh, my God, Maciel. Cicadas, they come out once every 17 years, and they are really on the run. I got attacked by cicadas last weekend when I was visiting my friend in Maryland, so I got to tell you about that in a second. All right, listen to The Anything Show with Jean-Francois on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts. Like and follow us on Facebook.com/The Anything Show and Instagram @Anything Show Francois. Search for The Anything Show with Jean-Francois on YouTube. Okay, Maciel, now that we got all the church announcements out of the way, shall we get to our headlines?
Absolutely.
Yay! Pretending the music is there.
Dun, 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 dun.
Alrighty, with restaurants back in business, Maciel, I have an important question to ask you. What would you do if you found a hair in your food? Go, let me know.
I have found hair in my food. I see, the thing is, as someone who's worked as a waiter and has worked back of house stuff, I guess I just plow through it. I don't send it back because usually, most cases, I just don't. It's not. Usually, it's like a little hair, and I'm just like, whatever, Unless it's a really expensive restaurant, it's kind of. If it's like a really super, which you usually don't find, but if it's one of those expensive ones, it's like, yeah, send it back. Tell them I need something better.
You know what? You got a point here. And you may just be the 10% in a recent survey that came out about whether people would continue eating their food if they found a hair or not. So 10% say, no big deal, I would still eat my food. Just over half of people, though, said they would stop eating immediately and send the food back or just not eat it. More than a third of us would keep eating. And 25% said they'd be grossed out but eat their food anyway. Now, Maciel, I'm the 25%. In fact, one time I found like this fairly long piece of hair in my food.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, ugh, what the hell is this? I flicked it to the ground, and then, the waitress came by to just check in and see how my friend and I were doing. And I mean, I just blurted out and said, hey, just wanted to let you know I found a piece of hair in my food. Now, I didn't give any visible proof to her. I didn't think to save the hair so she could actually see it. Now, the waitress, she could have easily just been like, oh, well, this guy's just trying to get a free meal. He's just lying. But they seem to trust me. They seem to think that, I don't know if this guy would just randomly bring up a piece of hair without proof or blah, blah, blah. So long story short, they actually gave me the meal for free without me asking for it. Yeah, I know. And because of gestures like that, I continued going to that restaurant right here in my current residence of Lindenville, Vermont. So shouts out to...
That sounds like a very, very Vermonty thing to do.
I guess so. Yeah, we have some douchebags in Vermont, but we also have some kind people like that will give you a free meal if you have a whole head of hair in it. So thank you. I would shout out that restaurant specifically, but I don't want to give them free advertising. So guys, pay up. All right, Maciel.
Yeah. Yes.
So Maciel, as you know, we are, for the past year and a half during this pandemic, people have had their boundaries. They've, been like, stay 6 feet away from me. Don't touch elbows or don't handshake me, blah, blah, blah. Next headline here. Did you know, Maciel, that a lot of conferences have started using colored wristbands as a way for people to know who's okay with physical contact and who isn't? So, for example, if you have a red wristband, it means that the person wants you to stay 6 feet away from them. Yellow means touching elbows. Green wristband means you're okay with things like handshakes, high fives, and hugs. I don't know, Maciel, would you buy these wristbands if you wanted to, specify your limitations with people?
Well, I actually saw someone post this on their Instagram, that they went to some event and they had these specific bracelets or whatever they are, the wristbands.
Yeah.
And I thought that was such a great idea because you really don't know. And there's this awkward exchange now with people. Like, you're just like, okay, can I hug you? Can I not hug you? Can I handshake? Or
yeah.
I feel like I have to ask, what's comfortable for you? Can I give you a handshake?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Elbow. Okay. It's totally okay. And that would be less of a step. I see the bracelet, I'm like, okay, they don't want me to hug them, and that's okay.
Yeah. And you know what? It could be helpful. I think this is very thought-provoking, these colored wristbands. I do feel like if all of us are going to apply this to our daily lives, I feel like we have to have a color code cheat sheet with us everywhere we go every day.
Yeah.
Because I know me. I mean, I'm not going to remember that. Okay, red means 6 feet away. I always have to look at the sheet to see, where the person is at. And I don't know. And is everybody going to be on board? What do you think? Do you think everybody could want to do these wristbands, or will there be a certain amount of people who are just like, screw that, so let me just live my life the way I want to live?
Oh, geez, there's always that group of people.
God.
Oh my gosh. Well, I was gonna say that it's red, yellow, and green. That's pretty easy to remember because red means stop, yellow means slow down, elbow, and then green means go ahead, go do whatever you want.
So oh my God,
I think that would be easy, like a stop sign or something.
Wow, I really didn't think about that. You see, this is why you're here, Maciel. You have the half of the brain that I don't have. I didn't even think about that.
This is easy. Are you kidding me? That'd be easy if they kept to those colors. That'd be perfect.
You know what? Damn it. Let's go with the wristbands, because honestly, the wristband people, I'm sure that's what they were thinking of. Red means stop, yellow means slow down, green means, go ahead. So, wow. Oh my God, Maciel. Well, yeah, I could just hug you right. I could hug you right now, but you're congested.
No. Yellow bracelet.
Yeah, back the hell away from me. Yeah, wear your yellow bracelet right now. All right, Maciel. I don't know if you're a big fan of Mountain Dew's Baja Blast.
No.
Wow, that was quick as hell. What?
No.
Okay, what the heck do you have? I mean, is it Baja Blast or Mountain Dew in general?
I think it's just Mountain Dew. I've never been a fan of Mountain Dew. I just don't understand them. I know most of your fans are going to come after me with pitchforks, but I don't care for Mountain Dew. I don't.
Now, what do you think? You think a lot of my listeners are just Mountain Dew guzzling idiots? Is that what you're saying?
No, I didn't say it that way. But
Okay. All right.
That's not what I said. But okay.
Fine. I will just keep on saying things that are not really there, Maciel. To be honest, I have a little PTSD from college. I used to use Mountain Dew all the time to keep myself awake late at night for studying sessions. But you know what? But despite that, I've been a fan of the Baja Blast that they would have in select Taco Bell stores, and it looks like Taco Bell took a break from the Baja Blast, but now they're back in Taco Bell stores for this summer. And not only that, they're going to have like Baja Punch, Baja Flash, which is like a pineapple coconut version of the regular Baja Blast from Mountain Dew. I don't. So maybe that'll tempt you to be less judgmental, Maciel, and actually give this a shot. You know, come on now, be a part of the Baja craze.
No.
Okay, fine. But
you said Baja Blend and you said Taco Bell, and I'm like,
yes. I know. Yeah, the minute I say Taco Bell to a lot of people, they're just like, whoa, okay, stop it. I don't want to be in the toilet for like 36 hours. Hey, but on top of this, Maciel, on top of the new Baja Blast flavors, they actually have scents. They're actually going to be scents that go with these Baja flavors. So if you want to sniff your way to a gassy stomach, there you go. You got your Baja Blast.
Air freshener, the Baja Blend air freshener. How unique and interesting.
She says sarcastically over the phone. I love it. Hey,
oh, boy.
You know, speaking of fast food, Maciel, McDonald's, of course, there's always a crazy McDonald's customer like this guy in Virginia that went to a Mickey D's, 36 years old, mind you. He was arrested on Saturday after he threatened to kill everybody at the McDonald's. Why? Because they were not serving the Happy Meal when he wanted it. They were still serving breakfast. So...
Heaven forbid. Oh, my God. Did he look at the time? He's an idiot.
Yeah, true. But you know what? I got to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. Yes, I understand. You know, it's not worth killing people over a Happy Meal. Yes, I get it. And trust me, Happy Meals are not really worth it because it's like $45 for those wrinkled, crappy burgers. And then you get like a toy of SpongeBob SquarePants. Whatever. You know, I got to give a shout out to those people that work early in the morning, Maciel. Maybe they work like starting at 3 or 4 in the morning, and lunch to them starts around 9. And we all know McDonald's doesn't really serve lunch until like 11. So yeah, you know, when you're in a lunch mood and you have to wait and put up with the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit for like another couple hours, it could be frustrating.
Why was he ordering a Happy Meal? He's 36.
Maciel. Stop being ageist. Happy Meal has no age restriction. Yes, it is typically.
Excuse me.
It is typically for kids, but you know what, Maciel? I think it's almost the equivalent of.
Typically, like apparently.
Look, think of it as like, you know what? So, do you enjoy cereals like Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes, Fruity Pebbles?
No, I'm too old for that.
Oh, that's no.
Plus, I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, stop it.
Discussion. I'm in my 40s. Are you kidding me? Everything makes me go to the bathroom. Even talking about Taco Bell is giving my stomach it's giving me an upset stomach. Like, no.
There is no age limit. Look, my girlfriend, she's like, 25 years old. She still loves Fruity Pebbles like nobody's business. There is no age limit for cereal.
I'm sure everybody loves that stuff. Like, cereal makes sense. You buy it, you bring it home, whatever. But you can't go to a restaurant and ask for the kids' menu when you're 36. You look like a doofus.
Oh, but you know what? If this guy wants to do it, this guy wants to do it, okay? And you know what? Shouts out to this.
Whatever, man.
Hey, look, we got to live a lifestyle, Maciel, where we don't care what anybody else thinks and we order whatever the heck we want. So, yes, okay.
To each his own, but unfortunately, he got upset and said he was going to kill everybody. I mean, I wouldn't care. Like, if you walked in and you were like, I want a Happy Meal. Okay, cool. But then you're like, you're not serving Happy Meals. I'm going to kill everybody.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of extreme, you know?
Granted, yes, he did put a bad image for all 36-year-olds that want to have a Happy Meal. So, yes, the guy should have calmed his jets and waited a couple hours or so, and then, you know, all would have been well, and he would not have been arrested. So, yes.
True.
Oh, God, Maciel. Well, you know what? Let's keep the fire going. Let's keep the anger going, because speaking of idiotic idiots, cicadas. Oh, God. I don't know if have you ever came across those huge buggy creatures called cicadas, Maciel?
No, thank Jesus. I would I don't know what I would do if I saw a cicada.
Yeah. So they come out of their ground like once every 17 years, according to my therapist.
Lord.
And it turns out that like last weekend when I was in Maryland visiting my friend Cotter, that's when they decided to come out. So this next headline on the Anything Show, someone was actually driving in Cincinnati on Monday when a single cicada flew in through their window, hit them in the face, and made them crash. Yeah.
That's crazy.
They actually slammed into a telephone pole. Their car was totaled. Now, luckily, they were not seriously hurt. But still, what's the PSA here, Maciel? F those cicadas, because
Close your window.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Well, I mean, but it was probably the middle of a heat wave. The guy wanted to get some air. Like, you should be able to roll your window down while driving your car without having to worry about a cicada killing you. Come on.
Jesus.
Oh my God. No, seriously, Maciel, when I was in Maryland last weekend, the neighborhood I was in was just my ears almost went deaf from the sound of cicadas.
Ugh.
Those cicadas were attacking me on my neck, my legs, my arms. And anytime I would walk my dog Buddy, like I would pretty much step over a dead cicada like every second. It was just,
Ew.
I know.
I feel like I don't have any cicadas here in Brooklyn, but I could be wrong.
You should be grateful. And you know what? Be careful what you wish for, because I feel like the moment you just said that, a cicada might come out of its lair. And
I won't open the window.
Yeah. And you know what? Who knows, Maciel? Worst case scenario, you get bitten by a cicada, you might get less congested. You might.
Yeah.
There's no better cure for sickness than getting attacked by a cicada, as I always say. So.
Oh, crazy.
Ah, God. But no one's immune from cicadas. Like even President Biden at the airport, there was a cicada that dive bombed him. What does dive bomb mean? Do you know what dive bomb means?
It falls from above and it hits them.
Oh, yeah. Okay. One also crawled into the neck of CNN correspondent Manu Raju. And
yes, I saw that video. Oh.
I saw it too. And you know what? I saw like only the first part of the video, so it seemed like the guy just like continued doing his job without even noticing the cicada was there. Did he actually eventually notice the cicada was there?
Yes. It ended up like it was on his like lapel and moved to his neck, and then suddenly at one point he's like reporting, and suddenly like I guess it bit him. I don't know if they bite or anything, but he felt it like on his neck, and he kind of like shoot it away. But it was like, that's a nightmare. Oh.
So again, F you cicadas, and if I could kill you all at once, I would, because you're just insane. And you know what? And straight out of a horror movie, speaking of President Biden, a swarm of cicadas actually got into an airplane engine and delayed a White House press corps trip. So they're everywhere, man. Literally, they're everywhere.
Messy. Real messy.
Like I told my girlfriend the other day, I don't know if you ever watched the movie The Birds from Alfred Hitchcock.
Of course.
Basically, replace those birds with cicadas, and that's exactly what I experienced last weekend in Maryland. It was just insane. You know what's also gross, Maciel? Next headline here. How about stiletto Crocs? Yeah. So me and Maciel have a very angered, passionate opinion against regular Crocs. So obviously stiletto Crocs, they're not going to go right by us.
Not at all.
Yeah. So this is coming from the brand. How do you pronounce this, Maciel?
Balenciaga. Balenciaga. They're very well known. It's very shishi. It's up there with like Gucci and Prada and stuff.
Yeah.
Balenciaga. You got to cut it down like Balenciaga.
I feel like I have to do the syllable clap. Balenciaga.
Exactly. Perfect.
There you go. Stiletto Crocs are actually a thing. They debuted. Stick with me, Maciel. They debuted at a virtual fashion show online the other day, and basically, they're just regular Crocs with a massive high heel on the back. Yeah. Look, hey, I think that if you want to go for that hospital employee fashion trend and go to a nightclub where they specifically do that kind of thing, perfect. Otherwise, I don't know where you can wear stiletto Crocs without being looked at strangely or made fun of, You want
to hear something funny that happened to me this week?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, shoot. Tell me.
I auditioned for a commercial. Guess for whom?
For Crocs?
Yes.
Oh my God, Maciel. Okay, so I posted. So the last time we talked about Crocs, we completely trashed them, and I think you.
I know.
And I think you commented on Instagram that like, oh my God, well, it looks like I'm not going to be advertising for Crocs. And
well, if I get this commercial, we have to scratch that.
So legitimately, I have to block the video. I have to like take down the video if you get the Crocs commercial.
Oh my God! Like seriously, like just like hope they don't like. I don't care. Like like whatever. My opinion.
Yeah.
But like I got that audition and I laughed so hard. I'm like, I will, if I get it, I will just be so like tickled pink because I'm not a fan of the product, but I'm like, hey, if they're paying me.
Yeah, right. Hey, I've done stuff that I've been paid for that I didn't really like in real life. So you gotta do what you gotta do. All right. Well, let's hope that Crocs doesn't cancel culture you and just completely shut you out because you trash talk them. So Crocs, we love you. We're just kidding. Everything was a joke.
Yeah, we were just kidding. Don't go to my social media. Like, don't pay any attention to me. Yeah.
I love it. All right, keep me posted on that Crocs. That's a great commercial gig to have, especially now. All right, so Maciel, I don't know if you like to have naughty fun at a playground on a school.
No.
Thank you. Your common sense. And it's not surprising that this next headline coming from Florida because
Florida.
Yeah. Like literally my radio life every day is defined by crazy Florida man stories. And now this is a crazy Florida couple story. This couple was arrested at a playground in Vero Beach, Florida on a Friday morning. They were caught having some adult fun at a children's crawling tunnel. They were drinking.
Ew.
I know. They were drinking Four Locos, vodka. The woman told police that, hey, you only live once. And look, I'm going to say that if they were, I'm going to say that if this was like 2 a.m. in the morning, then okay, whatever, do what you got to do. But 9 a.m. on a school day where children could be around, come on, guys, you know better.
I think Four Loko is illegal in New York, actually, because of what it does to people.
What is? I don't even know what locals are. What are locals?
It's the full name, Four Loko.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like I didn't know what it was either, and I remember a friend of mine bought it like years ago. It's like I don't know. It's like a beer, but it has like energy drink stuff into it, and it's like. So you have that and vodka. I could just imagine people kind of lose their mind when they drink Four Loko.
Oh my God.
I think I blacked out after having a couple. Like, I was just like, what is this? Yeah, no, I think it's illegal in New York to purchase Four Loko.
Wow. So we're recording this on Thursday, June 10th, and this weekend I'm going to a wedding with my girlfriend. I think I might look at this Four Locos and have myself a party. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It tastes pretty terrible.
All right. Well, I mean, what alcohol does it? I mean, I found that a lot of the alcohol that really gives you a good time it tastes like oil. So I kind of go with the flow. You know. Hey, you know what? The fruity stuff, I love the fruity stuff. I'm a big margarita guy. I love anything fruity. However, like if you really want to just pound it down and dance and have a good time, you got to drink the stuff that tastes like oil, you know?
Tastes like oil, or like burns your throat. When I went to Berlin, I had like real Russian vodka. And that thing, like, I did a shot glass. I was like, I'm going to do a shot glass of this Russian vodka. I spit it out so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, my whole throat, my mouth, I was like, oh, it's just the worst. I don't know how they do it in Russia, but I guess they've been drinking vodka since they were, like, knee-high. But I was just like,
oh, my God.
This?
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. Hey, speaking of the bar, next headline here. A guy in England was fired after he called in sick and he was caught hanging out at a bar. So a judge just ruled that he should not have been fired when the guy took the case to court because the company's handbook does not specifically say you cannot socialize on a sick day. So now the company that fired him has to pay him a bunch of money for wrongful termination.
What?
I know. Look, part of me thinks that the guy was like smart to like, go to court and look into the handbook and blah, blah, blah. But the other part of me thinks like, okay, dude, how dumb are you? You know that if you call in sick and if you're not really sick, like be smart about it. Like, stay home. Exactly.
Stay home.
Exactly. Especially during a pandemic. Stay home. Be safe. Don't get COVID.
He was probably putting stuff on Instagram like, look, I'm at the bar. Like,
yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know, Maciel. Would you go so far as to take the case to court just to get a severance pay and maybe no more jobs? Because I don't know if anybody wants to hire this kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's absurd. Like I wouldn't do all that. I'd be like, chuck it as, whatever they call it, and just look for another job. Forget it.
Yeah, it's insane. Hey, a survey found that the average parent can only keep a room totally clean for 17 minutes.
That makes sense.
I know, right? The hardest rooms to keep clean are the living room, bathroom, and kitchen, according to this next headline here.
Bathroom, especially. Ugh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, you and I, Maciel, even though we're not parents, we automatically think, oh, yeah, it's because of the kids. When you have kids, it's hard to keep a house clean for more than 2 minutes. Now, I don't know, Maciel, how long can you keep your space clean before it gets dirty again? Because for me, I think it's like a 24-hour period before it turns into a complete pigsty chaos of madness.
No, I'm pretty good about keeping it clean for a couple of days because it's just me, my room and my bathroom. But yeah, no, I think that it takes it's a couple of days, like maybe 2 or 3 days, and then it's it goes back to being kind of messy.
Yeah. All right, interesting. How many dates does it take before you know you like someone and might want to get serious? This is our next headline here. Now, it does depend on the person, but they've got some new stats in this survey here. Most people say the answer is not that many dates. Just under half of people said 3 dates or less is enough to tell, including 10% who said 1 date. Another 7% said they would not go out with someone unless they already knew they liked them a lot, which, all right, that's their thing. I mean, I don't know. Personally, I would want to go out on dates as sort of a trial and error and see if that actually works out that way. But everybody has their own thing. Only 13% said they needed more than 5 dates. So for you, Maciel, how many dates would you need to have before you want to take the next step with somebody,
I would say 2 or 3 dates.
Oh.
On an average, because I kind of agree with the people. I do need to be kind of interested in the person before I date them. I don't go on a lot of blind dates. I've been on maybe 2 in my lifetime, and they were a disaster. But I feel like after 2 or 3 kind of encounters or dates, I think you kind of know who the person is, and from there you can say, okay, I like this person,
Yeah, and I wonder when in regards to this survey and what you're saying, Maciel, I wonder what we mean when we say get serious. You know what I mean? So in your case,
exclusive. I'm thinking
Oh, okay. So after 2 or 3 dates, you could automatically tell, if you want to be in a relationship with this person.
Yeah, I think so. I think that I'm trying to think my dating history, how long it took me to be I could see myself just being with this person. It was 2 or 3 dates. Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
I like that. Now, I mean, for me, with my girlfriend, I think the first and second date, I was just sort of in this nervous, unsure thing where I was okay, this is a pleasant experience with her. I mean, I would like to see her again and see what happens. I'm not sure if we're both on the same page, but this is pleasant. Let's see what happens. And then the third date, I just remember just seeing her, come by to the restaurant where we were having dinner at, and God, she just looked like a vision, Maciel. She was just, beautiful, just great dress. Yeah, I know, great dress, hair coming down, have a nice smile, and I wanted to kiss her from the get-go, and we just ended up having great dinner conversation. We went bowling. I think we went for a walk too, and that's when I kind of knew that okay, I'm into this person. But it wasn't until a month and a half later where I actually asked her if she wanted to go steady. I literally used those words, steady. Because I had a thing about, if we can have sex and it turns out okay, then I think I'll be comfortable. Yeah, because that's just me. Because my thing was that oh my God, what if we get into a relationship and then have sex for the first time and then it turns out we have no chemistry there, and then that makes things hard. So I really took my time.
I get you. I also get the first date thing. I think first dates are the most nerve-wracking things in the world. That's why I said 2 or 3 dates you kind of know, okay, I like this person. Because that first date is terrible. It's always oh, I don't know. You're just so nervous. You're so nervous.
Oh, yeah. You guys are trying to figure each other out and yeah. So definitely give it a few dates, and then before you know it, wedding bells. So, yeah. Hey, last headline here. In honor of Pride Month, Maciel, I got to give a shout out to this Gallup poll, which found that support for gay marriage at an all-time high of 70% in the U.S. You compare that to 1996. This blew me away. In 1996, only 27% of the country supported gay marriage. So I don't know.
Wow.
I know. So if that isn't a great symbol for how progressive we have gone as a country, I don't know what is. I mean, it's just
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, because I grew up in a Baptist Christian family, and, you know, as you kind of would expect from like a traditional conservatively minded Christian family, the idea that gay marriage, the idea of gay marriage as it was presented to me by my family was like, oh, it's like this wrong, sinful sort of sodomy kind of thing. And oh my God. So I was afraid and sensitive and really like, by the idea. It just seems so abnormal to me based on how it was presented. And then when you open your mind to other opinions and other kinds of people and whatnot, I mean, you find out that, oh, wait a minute, it's just people falling in love as they rightfully have the right to. So I think, so I think once I saw it from that way, it was just like, oh yeah, why not? Like, why does it hurt me if two men or two women want to get married? Like, what does it have to do with me? Exactly.
It has nothing to do with it. It literally has nothing to do with anybody. Like, it's those two individuals. It's their rights. You know, I've always been pro-gay marriage, but I became more pro-gay marriage after, I don't know if this is even a good topic to even bring up because it's kind of sad. After September 11th, I worked for the Red Cross. Oh. And we did a lot of paperwork to help people get funded. And a lot of people, because they weren't legally married, and that was one of the sources of their income, lost that income or lost any ability to gain any kind of, like, insurance or any kind of, like, anything that was kind of rightfully theirs because they were domestic partners, because that's what it was at that time. And it was really sad. It really, like, and that's when I was, like, totally, like, I was always pro-gay marriage, but after that I was, like, just, it's really sad because people, you know, people have been together for decades, and something like that happens, and because it's not legal for them to get married, they lose all their rights as the husband or the wife of the person. Wow. So, yeah, that totally changed my mind. I was like, yeah, this needs to be legal, you know?
Absolutely. And man, I think everybody can kind of remember where they were back in, maybe like 2013, 2014-ish, when the Supreme Court ruled that, you know, gay marriage is a right that deserves to be had. And
absolutely.
Yeah. So we've come pretty far. So happy Pride Month. Great way to end
Pride!
Yay! Great way to end our headline segment. And if you have a headline that you want to share with me and Maciel, facebook.com/theanythingshow. You can also contact us at Instagram at anythingshowfrancois, anythingshow, FRANCOIS. John Francois here from Lyndonville, Vermont at the Magic 97.7 studios, and Maciel Hernandez joins me on the phone from New York City. She's a wonderful actress and host of the Black Hole Sun podcast. All right, Maciel, we are reminded that there is a chance for someone, a lucky listener, to win $100 and an Anything Show shot glass and keychain June 20th. Shall we get to a round of Ask Anything?
Yay!
Yay! Alrighty. Yep. Facebook.com/theanythingshow, Instagram at anythingshowfrancois, or you can just hit up those YouTube videos I've been posting on our Anything Show with John Francois page. What is a food you would eat every day if you could? Pauline Stiles says fries, my guilty pleasure. Yes, there's nothing like fries, especially like, you know, well, I'm not going to advertise them anymore because they're not paying, but yeah, there are certain fries that are just salty and hot and soft. They're just the right texture.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Gaming Wiz and Girl Thing 15 says, I want to eat pizza, have not eaten it in a long time. Whoa, what the hell?
Whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah, right. And especially from New York, Maciel, you're just like, yeah, I want to slap you right now. What do you mean you haven't eaten pizza in a long time?
Jeez, like, well, when I came, well, maybe she means not good pizza?
That's true. Man, you New Yorkers, man, you're so uppity about your pizza. What do you mean?
Oh, we sure are.
Lonely Angel says chicken nuggets. Leo says donuts. I love donuts. Well, we love donuts too. You like donuts, right, Maciel?
Oh yeah, definitely. I love donuts.
Oh boy, especially a certain one that I'm thinking of right now that I will not advertise because they're not paying as well.
Exactly.
I'm just being so vague about food. I love it.
Yeah.
It's Angelica says eating rice every day because it's a part of Filipino culture. Well, you know what? Shouts out to Filipino culture. I will say that you do have the choice of not eating rice every day. So, yeah, let's hope that you're not forcing yourself to eat rice every day. Madeline says spaghetti, and Alyssa says chocolate. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Especially because it's an aphrodisiac, Maciel. Yes.
Well, it depends on the kind of chocolate. But I'm not going to advertise anybody. So there you go.
That should be like the theme. We're not going to advertise you if you don't pay. That should be the title of the episode. Oh my God, I love it. So that's some of the few comments that we've had in terms of the food that you would eat every day if you could. Once again, you can let me know. Facebook.com/TheAnythingShow, Instagram @AnythingShowFrancois. Also hit up our YouTube videos on the Anything Show with John Francois page. Let me know what food you would eat every day if you could for a chance to win $100 and an Anything Show shot glass and keychain this Father's Day, June 20th. Okay, Maciel, now that we've gotten that out of the way, Hollywood gossip. Shall we see what those damn celebrities are up to?
Yay!
Yay! It's Hollywood gossip. All right, Maciel, this is 4 years overdue. Harvey Weinstein is having his own movie out about
oh boy.
I know, obviously, what else? About the trouble that he got himself into during the Me Too movement 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's based on a book called She Said, Breaking the Sexual Harassment Story That Helped Ignite a Movement. The reporters who broke that story will be played by Carey Mulligan from the Academy Award-winning Promising Young Woman. And
she's so talented.
Yeah, absolutely. And Zoe Kazan from The Deuce and The Plot Against America. Now, Maciel, you gave a very disgusted reaction. Would you want to see this Harvey Weinstein movie?
I'm so over this man. I'm really I actually know one of his victims.
Oh God.
Unfortunately, yeah. So I'm so over him. I kind of don't I get why they want to tell his story, but I also am kind of I just don't want to give him any more attention. You know?
Understandable. And you know what? Salma Hayek, who unfortunately is another victim of the Harvey Weinstein thing, she, was sexually harassed by him during the making of her 2002 movie Frida. Now, she wonders if she should have spoken up sooner. She says, quote, "Some people got raped. It makes you wonder if you had said something back then, would it have been different?" And you know what?
No, I don't think so. I kind of don't think so.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Why do you think that?
I think back then, I think that times have changed. I think that in Hollywood especially, there's always been this kind of stigma that it's been going on. He's not the only one, and it's been going on for so long. I think that now that people have kind of opened their eyes to what's going on in Hollywood. Right. I don't think in 1996 if she would have came out with that, it would have been a good thing. They kind of would have buried Salma Hayek, so.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking as well. Today, fortunately, with all these women coming out and sharing their story, each story holds weight. But back then when, unfortunately, if a woman shared that story, she would have been thought of as a liar or a crazy person. Then, it probably wouldn't have worked. All right. Well, speaking of the movies, are you a big fan of the Conjuring universe of horror?
No.
Okay. so that's
there's so many of them. There's so many. I love horror movies, but it's just it's very formulaic, and I'm kind of over it.
Ooh. So if you were an actress being offered an audition for these kind of movies,
I would say yes. The Croc thing. But you not figured out I'm a sellout.
You are.
Such a sellout because it's the Croc thing. I'm all oh, I hope I get it. It pays really well.
Oh my God.
I hate Crocs. Oh no, you don't.
Yeah, my Lord. Well, the Wrap.com, they actually ranked the Conjuring movies from the best to the worst. And I think the only connection I have to the Conjuring movies is that they take place in my home state of Connecticut, at least the story of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have movies like The Conjuring, Annabelle Creation, Annabelle Comes Home, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, The Conjuring 2, The Nun, The Curse of La Llorona, Annabelle.
Jonona.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That means the lady that cries, or the crier.
Oh, okay. And Annabelle. So that was ranked from 1 to 8, from best to worst in terms of the Conjuring movies. No lie, Maciel. Me and my friend Mary, we saw one of the Conjuring movies in the theater, and right behind us was a woman who was nursing a fake crying baby, like one of those doll babies that cries out loud. Yeah. And she took the baby out of the theater at one point because I guess the baby needed to be taken care of, but the baby was not real. It was a doll baby. So I don't know if this woman was sort of like a prop from the movie theater employees, or if she just was crazy enough to be the perfect audience for that kind of movie.
Oh, boy.
I don't know, but it creeped me the crap out. God. So are you a big fan of the Marvel Universe? Do you know like Loki?
Yes.
So maybe you know, next headline here for our Hollywood gossip, that the Loki TV series coming out reveals that...
Yeah, it came out yesterday. It's exciting.
Well, they revealed that Loki is gender fluid. Did you know that?
Yes, in the actual stories of Loki in the Marvel comics, he's a shapeshifter, so he becomes a woman at one point, and he becomes an animal. So I knew that was coming. So.
Huh, interesting. I mean, I don't know. I mean, tell me what you think about this. The first reaction I had to this was, is this like Marvel's desperate attempt to be a part of woke culture? Like, why do we need to know that? I don't know. I just found it random that Loki was gender fluid. But what do you think about that?
Well, because I am a fan of the actual comics, I knew that he was gender fluid from the comics, so it's not necessarily because of being woke. It's actually part of his story because he kind of transforms himself between like a woman and a man. So it is a part of his story. It's not woke culture at all. So for anybody out there who's like, they're trying to be like, they want to be LGBTQ and the rest of the alphabet inclusive, it's not. It's actually from the comics. It's straight out of the comics. So.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I don't know if you know this, Maciel, but Jay-Z and Meek Mill, rappers, they've been getting roasted because they bought their white billionaire friend Robert Kraft a Bentley for his birthday. Now, Robert Kraft is he basically owns the New England Patriots. Now, I believe a lot of this is going on Meek Mill's shoulders because he, I guess, gave a group of underprivileged black kids just $20 to split, and then in the meantime it's like, you only gave them $20 to split, but yet you have enough money to you have enough money to chip in for your white billionaire friend to get him a Bentley for his birthday. So I wonder what your thoughts are on this, because I mean, look, I think that it's Jay-Z and Meek Mill's money. They're going to do whatever the hell he wants or whatever they want to do, and maybe there's more to the story that we don't know in terms of how much Meek Mill gave to those underprivileged black kids. But yeah, I mean, I think there's like an easy negative stigma that we give to rich people giving other rich people things for their birthday. I mean, it's like, yeah, they're rich. They have all the money in the world. But at the same time, it's like, they're still people and they appreciate gifts and whatever. But what do you think?
I kind of find it strange that he would give that much to children. Like, there's got to be more to the story, because I'm like, that doesn't even sound right, Yeah. I know that Jay-Z grew up super close to where I live right now. So he grew up in a very, poor. He really hustled and he became Jay-Z. So I don't know. The story doesn't sound right, Like,
probably not.
Who knows?
Who knows? What I do know is Ellie Kemper. Do you know Ellie Kemper from The Office and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt? Yeah.
I have a story about that show too.
Oh, do you? Well, let's hear about that in a second. So, of course, Ellie Kemper got herself into some hot water because when she was 19 years old, she participated in a St. Louis debutante event called the Veiled Prophet Ball. Now, she won that. She was like the queen. She was like crowned queen of that ball or something. What she didn't know at 19 was that the organization was founded in 1878 and has roots in white supremacy. So, of course, Ellie had to come out and apologize and make it clear that racism is bad and that she's not a racist. And I say good for her. Clarify that you did not know the white supremacist ties, and I hope that this is a good example of cancel culture, hopefully not screwing up someone's career. I think if you just come out and apologize and just say that you didn't know at the time and that you denounce racism, and I think that's more likely going to make us move on from this. But so the story that you have about Ellie Kemper, Maciel, is it racist related or is it something else?
No, I have a story about Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Ooh, okay.
So, but I want to say about Ellie Kemper, I believe her because there's so many I'm sure, at 19, you're just like, as an actor, you want to put yourself out there, and she was in the local paper, and she probably won some prizes, and didn't realize what it was probably a big to do, you know, and it got her further in her career. So I kind of believe her. Like, she didn't know, and I appreciate that she apologized. Sometimes you just really don't know at that age. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you know what, Ellie Kemper, best of luck to you. Hopefully everything gets squared away with that. Keira Knightley, who I have not seen in a while. She's, of course, is an English actress, best known for being in like a lot of period piece kind of movies. And I think she's like the only one that made the best out of her quarantine by dressing up every day. She actually dressed up every day in red lipstick and Chanel. And she said, quote, "What is the point of these lovely things sitting in the wardrobe when it feels quite apocalyptic and scary outside?" So, Maciel, did you make any effort to, you know, cheer yourself up during the quarantine? Did you dress up a lot during the day, even though you had nowhere to go?
No, I'm an American. Are you kidding me? Like, first of all, who's like, I'm going to put on red lipstick and my Chanel? Oh my gosh, woman, that is privilege. That's privilege, because it's like, I don't own Chanel. The only Chanel thing I own is a lipstick that cost me $35, and I bought it for an audition. But like, yeah, I guess if you have that kind of money and you have a big house and you can like dress up all day, I was in my sweats and my t-shirts doing online work every day. So
there you go.
Keira Knightley, good for you. Good for you. You can have a life like that.
So basically,
get it, girl.
Basically, we're saying that the British are privileged and uppity and just are in a different class system than we are.
I'm sure. Well, not even the British, but like there's a, you know,
rich celebrities.
Rich celebrities that are like, you know what I did all the time? I would dress up and wear red lipstick. I'm like, some of us were kind of scared to lose our jobs, so we were like busy online and doing what we had to do. Yeah. It's very. It feels very out of touch.
Probably.
Yes.
Kelly Ripa, who's best known for the Live with Ryan and Kelly every single morning, wherever they appear on your television set. So this is something I found odd, because I've watched Kelly Ripa over the years, and believe it or not, Maciel, she actually said on a podcast that she's never enjoyed being in front of the camera. Just hates it. And if she could,
really?
I mean, now I don't know if you've watched her as often as I have, but she seems to be completely comfortable and outgoing and just the most camera friendly person ever. Like I would never think that she just hated being in front of the camera. Like, what do you think?
Well, I mean, also, I actually watched, like, I don't know if it was Vogue or one of these other magazines. They did, like, what she eats in a day. That woman's miserable. She's only like juices and salads all the time. I'm like, woman, eat like a piece of bread, or like poor girl. Like, no wonder she's like, I don't like being in front of a camera. I'm like, yeah, because you're not eating anything. I'm upset too. Like,
you think if she actually ate real food and looked like a real person, she would actually enjoy her life and her job every day?
Yes. Look, her husband's gorgeous. She has gorgeous children. She's got a great life. I'm like, I don't understand this comment. It's another like privilege kind of comment. Like, girl, there's tons of us who want that job.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah. That, I mean, she's had it for 20 years. So, I mean, my God.
And before that, she was on the soaps. She was on the soap opera with her husband.
All My Children.
So she's been doing this for a really long time. I'm like, girl, we all want that.
Yeah.
We want some steady acting work. Come through, Crocs.
Yes, Crocs, people, come on. Commercialize. Get Maciel going for you. She's a sellout. She's willing to do anything.
Yes. Woo-hoo.
Crocs, Mountain Dew, Baja Blast, all the things Maciel hates, she's going to love if you pay her up right now. I love it. All right, our last Hollywood gossip piece right here on the Anything Show. Jim Belushi. Jim Belushi, of course, brother of the legendary SNL guy, John Belushi. And, of course, you may know him from the sitcom According to Jim. Jim Belushi did a movie with Tupac a long time ago. I think it's called like Gang Related or something.
Yes.
It is? Okay, there you go. So, we just heard the other day that Jim Belushi and Tupac used to enjoy sunrises together.
Aww.
I Oh, how romantic. Belushi tweeted the other day, quote, "Every time I watch the sunrise, I think of Tupac. We once watched the sunrise together after a long night. It was quiet for a second, and then he looked at me and said, quote, 'I'm a thug. I prefer the sunrise,' end quote. I really don't know what that means, but I still live to it to this day, or still live by it to this day," end quote. Now, what does that mean, Maciel? Obviously, you're a thug. So what does it mean when...
I'm a sellout, not a thug.
Oh, fine. So why do thugs prefer sunrises? What does that mean to the thug life?
Another new day. They get to live their lives, you know?
Yeah, because like thugs get killed every day, don't they?
Yeah, there you go. You got it. You got
it. So that's a great way to end Hollywood gossip. If you are a thug, God damn it, see the sunrise and hope to live another day. All right, if you have a piece of Hollywood gossip that you want to share with me and Maciel, facebook.com/anythingshow, or our Instagram @anythingshowfrancois. That's @anythingshowfrancois. John Francois here from Lindenville, Vermont at the Max 97.7 studios, and Maciel Hernandez, actress and host of the Black Hole Sun podcast, joining me on the phone from New York City. Believe it or not, Maciel, we've been going on for 49 minutes.
What?
I know. So I don't think we're going to have time to get to the phone calls for what drives listeners crazy. So I think after this, we might, after we hear a word from our sponsor, we are going to probably just hop right into my conversation and also music from the wonderful 19-year-old singer Serenity. So stay tuned for that coming up right here on The Anything Show. And Maciel, as always, it was a pleasure to speak with you. And I think the following weekend, you said you'll be available to help give out the $100 and the shot glass and keychain.
Yeah. I'm doing that crack commercial, and then I'm out.
Wait, you're doing a commercial for crack?
For crack? No, Crocs.
Oh! I thought you said crack. I was like, that's concerning, Maciel. It's okay to be a sellout, but when you're advertising a drug that kills people.
That's not good. That's not good.
Okay. God bless you, Maciel. I'll talk to you soon.
Have a good one.
Yay. Support for The Anything Show with Jean Francois comes from Shadowed Stars, an epic science fiction book series with a mature flavor. It is by Stephen Kautz, and it's written in a dark form to give the reader the feel of being in unexplored space. Let me give you an idea of Book 1, which is available now. In the year 2089, Earth had experienced a rapid shift in political and technological developments. Reported sightings of UFOs and alleged human abductions had reached such an alarming rate that governments decided to remove national boundaries and unite as one planet under one leader. The new government, the United Nations of Earth, made space exploration and defense of the planet its top priority. Journeyer was one of the first ships sent into space to find new discoveries and, above all, the search for sentient and intelligent life and to open peaceful negotiations. Prior to its recall and decommission, Journeyer was captured by an alien race of the highest intellect and an ally of a carnivorous alien race with ever-expanding territory. The Journeyer's captain, Drew Cage, was forcibly taken for a reason. Meanwhile, other crew members like Eva Cusping and Enrico Dalches, sent to a planet to restore lost communication satellites, will be caught between warring kingdoms. Captain Drew Cage and Eva Cusping will learn something about themselves that will make them question their existence and their beliefs, leading one to anger and rage while giving the other enlightenment. Both will undergo a transformation that will set them on course to good and evil in an intergalactic war where the survival of the human race and other life forms is no guarantee. They will encounter allies and enemies as they realize some questions you may not always want answered. Number 1, are we alone in the universe? Number 2, is there a God? Number 3, what does the future hold? And if you really want to know, find out. Shadowed Stars, Book 1 available now in paperback and ebook and can be ordered through any bookstore or online at Amazon. You can search under books or by author Stephen Kautz, K-O-U-T-Z, first name S-T-E-V-E-N, Barnes & Noble, Google Play, iTunes. ShadowedStarsBooks.com is where you can find them. That's ShadowedStarsBooks.com. And follow Stephen on Instagram and Twitter at ShadowedStarsBK, as well as Facebook.com/ShadowedStarsBooks.
There's a boy that is stuck in ever feel the same. Then one day, oh, he would call, and we would talk all night. Then we'd talk, oh, for some time, and that would make my day. And I'd wish that you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, we could be together. You and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, we could be together. I've had some really bad days, but when I'm with you, they just go away. My heart's been broken before, and it just left me staring at the door. Then one day, oh, he would call, and we would talk all night. Then we'd talk, oh, for some time, and that would make my day. And I'd wish that you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, we could be together. You and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, we could be together. I like being with you. I want you to see me too. And I'd wish that you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, we could be together. You and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, we could be together. You and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, we could be together. You and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, we could be together. You and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, we could be together.
That's You and Me from Serenity, a wonderful 19-year-old singer joining me on the phone from California right here on The Anything Show. Hey, Serenity, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful since, we're kind of at the end of the tunnel of this pandemic and we're going out and getting things back to normal here. Tell us what this song is about, You and Me.
Yeah, so I wrote You and Me a few years ago, back when I was in high school. And the idea of the song is about this guy that I had a crush on, and I wanted to be with him, but he didn't even know who I was or anything. He didn't even know my name. And I kind of imagined a relationship with him that was like a fake relationship and never happened, and that's kind of the overall idea of the song. And then you get to hear how I felt during those times in the song.
So I wonder, what was it like writing and then performing that song? Tell me, sort of the range of emotions that you went through in creating this song.
Yeah, well, the song was pretty easy to write because I really liked this guy, and so I had a whole bunch of different ideas and emotions I was feeling, and so I rewrote the song originally a few times and wasn't sure which version I wanted until finally I rewrote it on the piano, and I figured out what exactly I wanted to put in the song.
Where is this guy, if I may ask? Is he doing well? Is he doing horribly? Because I would hope for your sake that he's doing horribly.
I think he's doing fine. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I think he's doing good. I think he's in college right now. But, I totally forgot about him. He's in the past.
Does he know that you wrote a song about him?
No.
Oh, okay. Hey, you know what? As long as the guy's not identified, then you do you, okay? So tell me your story, Serenity. Like, what makes you want to get into music in the first place? What was that like big moment that inspired you to get into it?
Yeah, so I mean, since I was little, I was always singing and performing in front of like my family and friends. But I think when I did my first like ever concert, well, it was really like a talent show. I did my first grade talent show and second grade talent show. Really, really nervous. I used to have like really bad stage fright. I mean, obviously now it's better, but when I first started my first grade talent show, after that, I realized that that's what I wanted to do, and I wanted to perform and create music. And it was kind of like a life changer as soon as I got off the stage, because I didn't want to get off of the stage, and I wanted to keep singing and stay there. So, yeah.
Nice. Who are your influences? I'm pretty sure you have some famous singers out there that you love listening to and that kind of inspire you to create music.
Yeah. So right now, my all-time favorite is Ariana Grande. I've loved her since I was like 10. Her and Taylor Swift has been like the biggest artist for me.
Awesome. And what perfect inspirations, because I mean, if you're talking about like the top of the heap in terms of female pop singers right now, those two, you couldn't have made better choices. So that's awesome. Well, Serenity, it's a pleasure to speak to you on the Anything Show, and best of luck with your music career. We're going to wrap up with your song Love Struck, which is new, which hasn't been quite released yet. Can you tell us a story about this song?
Yeah, and it should be released soon. I'm not totally sure on the date yet.
Okay.
But basically, the song is about another boy, but a different one. And this time, like, a real relationship where, like, he knew who I was. So it's a different, type of thing. And, like, we dated on and off throughout high school. And it just didn't work out. We are two totally different people, wanted different things and trying to make something, a relationship happen. And I kind of made a version of him and, like, wanted him to change and become a better person. Then eventually I realized, like, he's not going to change, he's not putting in effort, I just got to move on, live my life, and find someone else.
I love it. So, Serenity, where can we find you on like social media? Do you have a website? How can we keep in touch with your music?
Yeah, so I do have a website. It's called Serenity Lynn Music, but I also have social media. I also have Instagram and Facebook. It's all Serenity Lynn Music, and you could, as soon as you search Serenity Lynn, I should pop up everywhere. So
wonderful. All right, let's wrap up with Love Struck from a talented 19-year-old singer coming from California. Her name is Serenity, on the line with me right now on the Anything Show. Serenity, thank you so much for speaking with me, and stay safe and healthy as we get out of this pandemic, and hopefully we'll see you performing on stage soon.
Yeah, you too. Thank you so much for speaking with me.
Promises you did not keep, lies, secrets meant nothing to you. Tired, lazy was your part. Didn't last long, I was wrong. You meant everything to me. To me. You told me that's a fact. But lately I've been feeling quite love struck. For you, I didn't even think twice of the type of guy you are waiting for you to come around. I was letting myself down. I can't get you out of my head. It's not like you even cared about me. Oh, it's not like you can. Why do I fall in love with guys like you? Oh, why do I fall in love? Hurting me all the time. It's like a roller coaster ride, and it's never gonna stop. I was love struck for you. I didn't even think twice of the type of guy you are waiting for you to come around. I was letting myself down. I was love struck for you, love struck for you.
Listen to The Anything Show with John Francois on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts. How does John know how to set up podcasts? Is he that? No, he can't be that smart. Follow on Facebook at The Anything Show and on Instagram at Anything Show Francois. Did you get all that?